What happens when a king looks at his daughter not as the future queen, not as an heir, but simply as his pride? For a brief moment, Princess Leonor's expression seemed to change, and that tiny reaction may have revealed far more than anyone expected. Because behind the royal ceremonies, the military training, the endless expectations, and the weight of one day becoming Queen of Spain, there is still a daughter standing beside her father. And when King Felipe's words turned deeply personal, Leonor appeared to be caught completely off guard. Imagine standing in front of cameras, surrounded by dignitaries, knowing that millions of people are watching your every move. You've been trained to remain composed, to smile at the right moment, to never reveal too much. But then your father says something that cuts through all of that. Something simple, something personal, something that makes you forget, even for a second, that you are the Princess of Asturias. That is what makes this moment involving King Felipe and Princess Leonor so fascinating. Felipe has spent years preparing his eldest daughter for a future unlike almost anyone else's. Leonor isn't simply growing up, she is preparing for a crown. Every public appearance carries meaning, every gesture can be analyzed, every word can become tomorrow's headline. And yet, when her father spoke of her with unmistakable pride, the atmosphere seemed to become much more intimate. Leonor's expression appeared softer. For a brief moment, the future queen seemed less like a perfectly prepared royal figure and more like a daughter hearing something deeply meaningful from her father. And that's where the story gets interesting. Because King Felipe understands better than almost anyone what Leonor is facing. He knows the pressure of royal expectations. He knows what it means to have your childhood watched by the public. And he knows that one day, the responsibility currently resting on his shoulders will belong to her. So when he calls her his pride, those words carry a weight that goes far beyond a simple compliment. They sound like a father telling his daughter, I see how hard you're working, I see what you're becoming, and I'm proud of you. For Leonor, that kind of recognition may mean more than another official ceremony or another medal. Because her journey hasn't been easy. She has moved through demanding military training, public duties, international appearances, and increasingly serious responsibilities, all while growing into the role that awaits her. And the world is watching. Some people see a future queen, others see a young woman learning how to carry an enormous responsibility. But Felipe? He sees his daughter. And perhaps that's why her reaction became so compelling. There was no grand royal announcement, no dramatic ceremony, just a few personal words and an expression that seemed to say everything without saying anything at all. But here's the question, did Leonor expect her father to say it? Because when you're constantly surrounded by protocol, sometimes the smallest emotional moments become the most powerful. A father expressing pride, a daughter trying to remain composed. And for one brief second, the crown seems to disappear. What remains is family. And perhaps that's the side of Leonor that the public rarely gets to see. Not the future monarch. Not the military trainee. Not the princess standing beneath the weight of history. Just Leonor. A daughter whose father's approval still matters. And if King Felipe truly wanted his daughter to understand one thing, perhaps it was this: before she carries the crown, before she carries the responsibility of an entire nation, she is already someone he is deeply proud of. And that tiny moment on her face? It may have been one of the most human glimpses we've seen of the future Queen of Spain. Because sometimes, the most unforgettable royal moments aren't the ones written into history. They're the moments that happen between a father and his daughter, when the cameras are watching, and for just a second, the crown doesn't matter. So, was Leonor simply surprised by her father's words, or did that expression reveal just how much they meant to her? One thing is certain, the future queen may one day inherit a crown, but in that moment, she was simply her father's pride. And perhaps that's exactly what made the moment so unforgettable.